All right, you guys, please tell me I am not the only one with a messy pile of shoes at my doorway. This has been driving me crazy since we moved in. The original plan when we flipped the farm was to build one of those entryway bench coat rack type things that hides everything, but that didn't happen due to lack of space in this hallway. So today I am going to be fixing this issue. All right, so because I'm so tired of the shoes laying in the entry or by the side door as you walk in, I have decided I'm going to build something to house the shoes. And I don't know if you guys remember when we put the trim in our house, we had purchased it at a place called Clay Mart over in Pryor, Oklahoma. This is leftover pieces of our baseboard trim. And these two pieces are narrow because Mike had ripped them down, but that's the full width of it. I'm just gonna create my little shoe rack using these 3 scrap pieces of wood. Are you gonna be my little helper today? All right, so my coat rack that I already have in there is exactly 4 foot long, so I kind of figure I'm gonna do this basically the same. I mean, I can go a little bit bigger. Now I'm second guessing myself. To kind of balance the look. I might do that. I might make it a little bit bigger. Hang on, I have to measure some more. Okay, so here's what I've decided. I have plenty of room to make it longer, but because my shortest board is 57 1/4, I am just gonna make it 57 inches. I'll have to straighten this end up. I'm just gonna go ahead and make it 57 inches. I'll have plenty of leftover to make my ends. It'll all make sense in a little bit. So just keep on watching. Got them all marked, now I need to cut them. So I had seen some similar ones on Pinterest where people simply used a pallet and just cut like one end of the pallet down and reconfigured it a little bit. But I want mine to be a more customizable size. And a pallet, I would be very limited on size. And I like to build things and teach you how to build things. So that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. You could use whatever wood you wanted, of course, stainable wood, pre-painted wood, whatever, but just know that there are other options out there other than what I'm doing here. Okay, so I have discovered a problem. My board that goes across the front, the narrow piece, I had cut it at 57 inches because that was my shortest piece and I was kind of trying to make the whole thing about that length. I didn't take into consideration that each of the end pieces are 5/8 of an inch each. So I forgot to factor that in. So that short board that I'm holding there should have been 58 1/4 to make it from end to end sitting on the front. I hope that all makes sense. So now basically I need to cut my backboard and the bottom piece. I need to take off 1.25 inches in order for this to all work out. Okay, I've got it laid out here. This is going to be tilted up, sitting up and on the wall. So hopefully this makes sense to you. I trimmed up my ends, got everything right. I was considering sanding it and painting it, but I might just keep it as is and just kind of distress it because I'm trying to keep this pretty low maintenance and I don't want to put a lot of effort into it. So I think I'm just going to go plug my air compressor in and get my nail gun out and put this puppy together. Okay, and just really quickly, in case this is not making sense to you, this is what it's going to look like, but again, mounted on the wall down low. I'm actually using a fastener, nail gun, staples, whatever. It's got these like, I think they're 2 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 1 3/4 inch, something like that. They were already in it. In case you seem super confused about my measurements, which I can see how that would be easily confusing because I messed up, I'm gonna have the exact measurements for my shoe rack listed in the description below. So be sure to check that out. There's that put together. Now I'm gonna do the other end. Scooch it down to the other end. Making sure that I keep my painted edges facing out, since that is what will show. Okay, so there's that. And right about here is where I discover I have made another mistake. Just gonna keep this really real for y'all. I just attached those in the total wrong spot. These are supposed to go on the outside and I put them here, so I just bent it back and forth to get that off. I gotta do it to the other end too, and I'll have to get my wire cutters and bend or break those off. They're not gonna really show, I'm not worried about it. I just don't wanna cut my wood down anymore, so I wanna keep it the length that it is. Just getting this one off of this end because I was a ding dong and put it on the wrong end, wrong side. Being super careful when I do this because on the other end when I did it, it shot up and hit me in the face. Woo. All right, I got these little pieces laying around. Throw those in the trash. And then so that these nails pieces are not sticking up to scratch someone. Hit them down, and you never know. You'll never know what I did wrong unless you're watching this video and you see it. Okay, they go like this. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, like that. Now the other end. Now then, this should all fit properly. There we go. Now that I've got each end attached, I'm going to flip it upside down and put some staples down through the bottom, or up through the bottom, I guess I should say. Now then, just to lay this last piece on top and staple it down. Okay. Now, I realize not every shoe is going to fit the same, so if I have to put them up or whatever, but you guys, they're going to be off the floor, and that is the exciting part. Yay. Okay, so obviously, if I wanted to paint this, I would have needed to have done it before I assembled it all, but I really, like I said, don't care too much about this looking super crisp and fresh because it's gonna have stinking shoes in it and it's gonna get dirty every time shoes get put in it. So my plan is to just take my sander and just distress it. And yeah, I've got pencil marks and different things. I think there's some fly poop, you know, who knows. But anyways, I'm just gonna distress it a little bit and then I'm gonna go install it. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so here it is, finished up. While taking these coats down, I found things that were underneath there on the hooks that I completely forgot were there, like that cute little welcome sign and the bag. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit while I'm doing this. It was the perfect opportunity to clean a little bit deeper than normal. To install it, I just grabbed 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. That's what you see underneath it, holding it up off of the little ledge and giving me the height that I need. And then I used a stud finder to find the studs, and then I used 2.5-inch screws and my cordless drill, and I also used a level to make sure things were perfectly level. Once I got everything leveled, straight, and screwed to the wall, I started putting the shoes in, and oh my wow, you guys, this turned out better than I thought it would, and I absolutely love the fact that the shoes are off the floor, and now then I've just got to make sure everybody realizes this is where your shoes go. But this really cleaned up the space, and I was able to decorate my little hooks and make it look really pleasing and welcoming when you walk in there. And I just love how it looks, and I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial. And if you have a entryway that needs cleaning up, maybe this will spark an idea in your head and you can create your own little shoe rack. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would also love it if you gave me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this little DIY shoe rack project. Thanks so much for watching. Have a blessed day.